Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share a 3D print with you and give you my thoughts, and let's jump right into it. So this is a print in place kit card of BD-1, and you can see some pictures right there, but I want to show you where this comes from first. First thing that I want to show you is this. You can find this file on printables, and it looks like I believe the original was put out there by Fix'em Dude. If for some reason this is the wrong person, please somebody correct me. I'll put this link out there, but you can see that this is the original file and it's all one color, and you can print all the different parts, and that's what it looks like all in one color. So that looks really cool. I like that. But I dug a little bit deeper, or found that another person, World Spawn 00, has taken that file from Fix'em Dude and has colorized the whole thing so that it can be printed on the Bamboo X1, X1 Carbon, or the P1P if you have an AMS. And that is what I did. So let's go back to my pictures and take a look. All right, so here we go. First of all, if you don't know who BD-1 is, it's the droid from the Star Wars game Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Great game, by the way. Lots of fun, lots of platforming. Excellent game. The sequel to that is coming out soon. Probably will already be out by the time some people watch this video. I do plan on playing that game as well. But let's take a look. This is BD-1 right here within the game, and let's take a look at how this was all put together. So we'll start off here. This is a picture of my model that I printed on my X1 Carbon, and it turned out really great. There was a little bit of bleeding with the red when it switched from the red to the white right in this area, which is a little bit disappointing. But overall, I was pretty pleased with it. You can see that bleeding right here once again. But this is what the card looks like. So it's got Fix'em Dude right there. It looks like he was the original creator of this. And then it's got BD-1 up here in the corner, and then all the different parts. And the nice thing is all the different parts are labeled. By the way, there are instructions. When you download this, there are instructions that come with it, and it's super simple to put together. It really is. All right, so let's see the model put together. Oh, well, this is what it looks like when I sliced it on the X1 Carbon. It looks just like that. And here we go. So I put the model together. Actually, my son put it together. He had fun doing that. He really enjoyed that game. So he put the whole thing together. It probably took him 30 minutes or so, definitely less than an hour. He was being very careful about snipping off the parts from the card and then putting it all together. He was probably a little bit more careful than he needed to be because he didn't want to break off any of the little snaps or anything, or any of the connections. But man, this is a really good looking model. You can see it looks just like BD-1, and all the colors are there to match. Um, these colors in the picture in the game looks like a little bit more of a crimson red as opposed to a bright red, but I was happy with the way my colors turned out. So this is a great model. I mean, it looks dead on. I do have a couple of criticisms about it. I'll get to that here in just a little bit, but let's just kind of analyze the model a little bit further. So there's another picture from him from underneath. I will say that the connection right here on his neck is just a little bit loose. It doesn't quite snap and stay and hold together. When was moving him around a couple of times, and his head kind of fell off. So this might be a part where you want to incorporate a little bit of glue, if it's something that you're not going to move around, or if it's something that you just want to create and then stand and it just stays there to be displayed. Maybe a little bit of glue in that spot, because he is a little bit wobbly. It takes a little bit to get him to stand up, because these connections, they're not firm. I mean, they stay together, but there is a little bit of wiggle room in each one of these connections. And you can even see that his foot right here is just a little bit off of the table. So it takes a little bit to get him to stand up, but once he's standing up, he's pretty solid. Here's a shot from the front, and you can see how there's definitely some wiggle room in the neck and in the body. where these connectors are. The one thing I wish was a little bit, if I was going to make an improvement, and I'm not sure that I'm the one who could do it, but I would make it so that these legs can be maybe a ball joint right here would be a little bit better. And right here, again, a ball joint might be just a little bit better so that these feet can be spread apart just a little bit more. You can see in the picture in the game, his feet and his legs can be spread out to give him a little bit more stability. Whereas this picture, this 3D printed model, it lacks a little bit of stability. All right, continuing around, you can see him from this side. One of my favorite parts about this model are the wires on the side of his head. Love that. I think that's a great detail. And when you can print this in multiple colors, the red and the white wires really stand out. That's probably my favorite part of the whole thing. All right, here's another shot from that side. And then we look at the back. So on the back side, I don't have a picture of an in-game model, but these are all LED lights, if you will, within the game. So I think this is a really nice touch, having all the different lights there. And the detail on this model was great. So excellent work on that. The backside of his body, it looks great as well. And he stands up well once you get him standing. But once again, you can see there's a little bit of tiltiness to the head. Now, I like that a little bit. It gives it a little bit of character, but it still lacks a little bit of stability. And there's another shot from the back side. That looks good. You can see a little bit more detail on the backside of his body, which is really nice. And each one of these pieces in the body itself kind of comes in four pieces, I believe. You've got the back, and then you've got his chest, and then you also have a top part and maybe a bottom part as well, the main structure that everything connects to. All right, let's keep going. Another shot from the backside. Oh, you can see too, this part right here, which is gray, this is the flat part that prints, that is on the print bed when you print this. So you're not going to be able to get this detail on the inside of his leg like you do on the outside of the leg and on parts of the head. That's a little, that's something that you can sacrifice for a nice, fun model to put together. And here's a shot from the side. Love this. You can see how uh, everything, the feet here are connected. Like there's a joint there, so they have a little. They can be moved a little bit. This gray part though is solid. It's connected to the rest of the foot there. But this is a part. The upper leg, the bottom leg is a separate part, and a nice shot of his head from the side. Here's my favorite picture because it gives you a really good look at the wires on the side of his head. So I would give this, I mean, this is a great model, especially if you can print this off in on a multicolor 3D printer. It's well worth it. I do think I'd like to print this a little bit larger. You can see that this is not a very tall model. It's about 4 inches maybe altogether when you go from his feet all the way to the top of his antenna. But this is a 3 3/4 inch stormtrooper figure. So you can see he's just a little bit taller than that, about 4 inches tall when it's all put together. So this is, I give this, if I was rating this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it at least an 8, probably an 8.5 for what it is supposed to be. If I'd bump it all the way up to a 9.5 or a 10 if there was just a little bit more stability in the model. But this was a lot of fun to print. It was a lot of fun to put together. I do want to print it a little bit larger, but if this is something, oh, and the best part about the whole thing is, at least at the time that I made this, it is free. You can go to Printables, look it up. You can find it for free and print it out. So this would be another fun one to do with different types of colors as well, not just the red, the black, the gray, and the white, but if you printed it off in different colors, I think that would be fun as well. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I would love it if you would do all the YouTube things. Give me a like, a share, a subscribe. It's a small channel, just having some fun talking about Star Wars and toys and 3D printing and things like that. So hopefully you have fun watching this video, and hopefully you have a great day.